Hello, everybody. It's Dave Neal, stand-up comic and host of Bachelor Nation News. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone out there. I hope you're able to spend it with your loved ones and family and friends. And maybe, just maybe, they're driving you crazy. So you decided to go to your YouTube channel and just see if there's any breaking news. Well, I've got some breaking news to get to you today. But before I do that, I want to warm this story up. I don't want to come at you with cold news. It's like you never want to start a car and then just take it for a drive. You need to let it warm up and get ready for the news that's to come. So I'm going to do just that. But, one of the biggest questions I get asked all the time regarding my personal life is, how did you and Tasha come together? What's your story? And I tell it over and over and over. And I wanted to tie it into this story right now because Thanksgiving for me is all about having gratitude for the things we have in life, for the things that we love in life, and sometimes having gratitude for the things that are yet to come. Having gratitude for the life we want to live, and the life we want to have, and the life we want to pursue. So if you feel like you're not quite there yet, have hope. Have some optimism that things are going to come together, that they will work out, because in the grand scheme of things, that's what the world we live is all about. Things finding a way to work themselves out, especially when we get out of our own way. And it's taken a long time for me to do that in some ways. So the story about my relationship actually goes back over 12 years. To 33rd Street and 3rd Avenue in New York City on a morning in spring around 2009, maybe 2010. It was a while ago. It was about 5:15 in the morning. And why do I know that? Because that's the exact time that I had to meet at a bus stop in order to work on this film set, because I was doing background extra work. And sure enough, with a little New York coffee in my hand and the New York Post, I entered that bus and laid eyes on who I believe to be the most beautiful woman in the world. Her eyebrows caught me off guard at 5 in the morning. And I believe we made eye contact, although she might have looked right past me. But I looked her right in the eye and I go, I need to meet that woman. And then after maybe several hours of working and the day went on, I was on a mini series called Mildred Pierce, which shot in New York, actually upstate, maybe in Long Island somewhere. So it was a long commute, right? And we get there and we officially met, and then at lunch I was able to say hi, and she wasn't that interested, and I totally understood. But either way, it was the first meeting in what would become a longer story. Well, we didn't really become friends after that. We casually were acquaintances, work friends who knew each other through Facebook or Twitter at the time. But then it was a few years later that I moved to the West Coast, and things had started to change. After, going on some hikes as friends together, I kind of felt that there was a connection there that there was never really seen before. And I was actually invited by her to go to a full moon party, which was very strange. That's where a bunch of hippies and people who believe in astrology go into the desert to watch the moon rise and vertigos and whatever the hell, Sagittarius. I don't know. You know what I mean? Just an old lonely Taurus over here. She's a Taurus as well, whatever that means, right? So she invites me to this event, which takes place like at sunrise. You got to go at 2 a.m. And I'm thinking, man, I don't want to be in the friend zone with her. I need to let her know that I like her. And that's something I'm usually not good at doing, at communicating my feelings. But either way, the most embarrassing thing that I've ever done in my life happened on that ride into the desert for this full moon party. And that was that I actually played her an episode of my podcast. I know. I've been trying to talk about this on stage because it's so cringeworthy. But there was an episode of my podcast where I told my co-host that I was actually thinking I was in love with a friend, a girl that I knew that I wanted to pursue. And it happened to be Tasha sitting right next to me. And man, I swear, if she could have, she probably would have jumped out of that car. But I just had this thought, and the thought was kind of a thought that I wanted to sort of explore in other ways throughout my life, which was, let's just give it a shot. Let's just see what happens. And we had a magical evening. We watched the sunrise, and I believe it's the moment we fell in love. But sometimes things don't always work as quickly as you want. That was in the fall. Well, I didn't see our relationship moving from the friend zone, and I just wasn't willing to be the guy that was the friend while maybe she found another guy or whatever. That just wasn't where I needed to be. And I let her know that. And I said, I'm going to have to keep my distance if we're not going to like pursue this thing any further. Right. Well, she ended up coming to one of my stand-up shows, and I'm consider it my first date with her. And that stand-up show was at a small comedy club that was attached to a Marie Callender's. Marie Callender's is just a cheesy, sort of old person diner restaurant. They have great pies. It's an awesome place. So I ended up getting my first kiss there in the parking lot, which is super cheesy. That Marie Callender's has since been bulldozed. It's no longer there. It was near the Six Flags in Valencia, in outside of Los Angeles. Either way, even after that, there was some hesitation, like, I don't know if we should do this. And I totally understand that. It's just everyone moves at different speeds, right? And I had to give it patience. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to like let this go. I'm going to let this go. If she wants to be with me, it'll be known. And if she doesn't, then I won't be bothering her. And another month went by. And I remember it was like January 20th of the following year, just several months later. And I was coming back to Los Angeles after visiting family. And I literally, the plane lands on the tarmac and I turn my phone off of airplane mode. And I had a text message from Tasha that said, I'm near the airport. Let me know when you want to pick up. And I was like, what? First of all, we had not coordinated a pickup. And if anyone knows this, nobody picks you up from the airport. Nobody. That's just not something that happens. Not in Los Angeles, at least. And I was like, okay. And sure enough, she actually was nearby and had a couple friends that were dating at the time, one of her best friends. And I found this out in hindsight, wanted to have me meet one of her friends. And that actually became like the first day of us dating. It kind of was like, I knew, I'm an idiot in a lot of ways, but I knew, oh, Tasha's, she's ready. She's good. This is it. And sure enough, we took off like that. That relationship never once went backwards. Now, we had our trials, our tribulations, learning to communicate in ways that are different when you're intimate with someone versus when you're a friend. You don't just say, hey, I'll see you later, I'm going to the gym. Maybe you do, but you learn how to communicate in different ways. And that was very challenging in some ways. But after years of dating and learning about each other and all of my side jobs and little victories and tiny rungs up that ladder, we really started to carve out this world together. And then we got married, and that was a year ago. And over the summer, we were actually heading back into the desert for a different trip, not a full moon party. We were actually heading back this summer to go to Palm Springs. And, like things that happened, she was like, oh boy, I forgot my birth control. Should we turn around and go back home? And we just had this thought where I said, well, why don't we just give it a shot? Let's just see what happens. Let's get to the breaking news. Ladies and gentlemen, we have breaking news here in Bachelor Nation. Hello, everybody. It's Dave Neal, stand-up comic and host of Bachelor Nation News, and this is your official breaking news announcement. We have a power pregnancy coming your way from Power Recapper. That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, we're having a baby. Very exciting news for my family, for our family, for you guys, for those that are out there and that are friends with all of us. We really appreciate all the support we know we've been getting from some of the people we've told already and from you guys. And I'm going to bring you all along for the journey. I've got a very special trailer that I've put together from some of the footage we've been acquiring over the last few months in the sort of behind the scenes of the pregnancy we've got going on. Now, I want to share something with you guys. We've got our vlog channel, Tasha Courtney and Dave Neal Do Fun Things. And we did the fun thing, folks. And that's what's going on here. But I've got like 8 or 10 videos coming out. I'm dropping 3 of them today, just for you guys. They're free. Surprise test results. That's right. We had no idea this was coming. We had no idea, and it's happening. And we've got basically 8 or 10 different videos. Tasha, overcame COVID while pregnant, and just heavy stuff that was going on, and all of the thoughts about telling our family, the reactions, even the gender reveal. We're going to have all of that for you on our vlog channel, stuff that we feel comfortable sharing. But it's so important to me to share love and to let my audience know on days like today, Thanksgiving, how much gratitude we have for an audience who's there for us, who supports us, in some ways who protects us and even fights for us and defends us and rises us up on days in which, I might not have the most energy in the world, and days that I have self-doubt. You guys have been there on YouTube. You've come to live stand-up shows. You've supported us in so many different ways. And we thank you all so, so much. Here's a quick trailer of what's to come on the vlog channel. And this is our pregnancy announcement. What does it mean? What does it mean? Not?
Don't look yet. It's the one closest to us. Ready? On the count of 3.
Okay. We don't know if Tasha's pregnant.
I mean, I think we're 90% sure.
She tested positive for having a baby. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
It's real.
Oh my
That
god.
little peanut.
I feel a lot of peace because our mantras the past couple years has been everything in perfect timing, and I would never have expected that we would get pregnant on our first try.
You know what the annoying part is?
What?
That a psychic told you were going to get pregnant this year. That's the most annoying. Ugh, I swear.
In my journal and like in my prayers and my manifestations, I've been saying that I'm ready for the next phase of our life. And so even though it's a big thing and a scary thing, I think we're ready.
I feel bad for you, and I'm trying to be helpful.
I'm just saying, I don't know if he would cope as well as I've been coping.
Let blanket statement say no. I wouldn't be able to give birth. You saw how I acted when I got a bee sting. I got a bee sting. I was ready to amputate my leg above the knee.
I got COVID when we went home for Dave's brother's wedding.
We're pregnant. It's new.
Our due date is supposed to be May 1st.
That's my birthday. Also, where's your purse? Give me the manila. Give me the manila.
It's right here.
Here it is, folks. The results of the baby.
Open it now.
Oh, my grand.
And then this was our second scan. This was just before 8 weeks. And then this is our most recent scan. One.
Finally, someone cried. All right, we're here in Laguna Beach, and we're gonna do our amazing pregnancy reveal photo shoot. Wow. This is Tina, our special, what would you say, special events photographer?
Special events photographer.
When we need a good shot, this is where we go. Thank you guys so much for all the kind words. We're going to have our pregnancy photos released on Instagram. We have a nice little message over there you can go check out. And of course, the first 3 episodes of our pregnancy vlog journey are up now, and we'll have more episodes coming to you this weekend and then every week after that. We'll do some live streams that are going to be on the Patreon only, where Tasha and I go a little bit more in the woods of what the pregnancy is like. We're an open book, folks. So if you want to join us over there, we'll have weekly live streams. I'll get Tasha in here. And anyhow, folks, I'm used to reporting the news for what's going on in Bachelor Nation, and this is what's going on in my world. And thank you for being a part of it. Have a good one, folks. Happy Thanksgiving.